What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for all of you this week. Man, I just got to sit back and check it out, man. That's why you already see what the title of this podcast is. This one's going to be more laid back, not so much sports talk or anything like that. I just wanted to, call this in because I just got to say, everybody doesn't really have the best of lives. And sometimes people have really good lives. Sometimes people have harder lives than others. And that has been a fact of everybody's life. But man, sometimes when you go through these times, you need a support group. You need people to really hold you down. And that doesn't mean that, you go find the wrong people to hang around with. You need the right people. You need the right tools. You need a hobby. You need an outlet sometimes. And I'm not going to say you shouldn't do, of course, turn to alcohol. You shouldn't turn to drugs. Maybe try working out or maybe try something new, knitting, sewing. I've said this message for so many years because I want to say why. I'm not perfect. I'm actually not easy to get along with sometimes because a lot of stress of the world and the things that happen. But what really pulls me through is my family and just the things. They're the people who put up with me when I'm at my low, when I'm sad, when I'm angry, when I'm mad, when I'm disappointed, or something happens tragic. Like this has been a hard year for me and a hard year for everybody. I am no better than anybody else. Any of you pain bringers on Planet Painbringer, I love all of you. I want to bring up one of my biggest fans, Nick, on his TikTok, Keep Pounding 2024, right? Dude, he goes and leaves a positive message every day. He doesn't have to. And that, sometimes some people need to see those positive messages. So when you like something like that, when you spread the wealth, when you comment on it, or you just go there and you just see him at least talking, that really does mean a lot. It gives him views, it supports him, but at the same time, maybe it really makes somebody feel better. I literally I had a crappy day today. I woke up and I got held up a little late, and then all of a sudden, my ICM blew on my car. Luckily, even though the part had doubled in price to over $250, it was covered. So, right after a huge, massive rainstorm and with rain, I had to go put this part in so that I could get my wife, Chrissy Ray, to her appointment because, just some things don't happen. And you have to plan things for the weekend. And so, that puts a lot of stress on somebody. And I am in no way. I had literally had a breakdown because I'm just like, come on, man. I was trying to beat the rain and I didn't beat the rain. And I felt like I let her down. But you know what? I just chilled the fuck out, right? Sorry about that. I guess I get one F word. And at the same time, I went out there and I got it done and I got her to her place. And I got called in even earlier than I should have. And I went and I did that. And in the end, I was able to finally come home and eat because I've been doing so much. And you know what? That's what life is like. It's a bunch of unpredictable stuff that comes at your way and you just kind of have to do the best. And sometimes we don't always act the best. So, that's why when I'm not at my best, it's nice to have somebody like Chrissy Ray, my wife, to chill me out and calm me down. And she takes it, like sometimes she doesn't like to do that. She doesn't have to, and at the same time, that's what a support is. And, being able to let that out on a podcast. When I talk to you guys about podcasting really got me through my brother passing away. And that was a hard hit because every time I play a video game, every time I hear a video game song, like I just listened to a whole episode about Rainbow Road because, Rainbow Road, Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That was a game that me and my brother played for almost like 10 years. We lived together for a couple of years and we played that game every single night with our roommate, Ryan, and so many other people sometimes in his friend John. And that, makes me think a lot. So, it brings back a lot of that, good times, and then it brings back some of that hurt. And then losing my sensei and my friend Jose, you know, everybody lost just a piece of themselves because all of us have learned so much from him. And he was so good. What really makes me happy is that, what made me feel really good is, everybody came up to me when I came back to karate after Tommy passed. And he kind of chilled out at the end, Jose. He the guy chilled out and he kind of waited behind, and he was like, hey, he was like, I just wanted to wait till everybody cleared out, and I wanted to say, condolences to you and for your brother and everything. And we just talked for a few moments, and that's the kind of guy he was, really loving guy, and just knowing that you just went out hard, and he recognized that, but he also just kind of waited. He let everybody go in front of him and talk and give they're happy, a hug or something like that, give a good speech, because that's hard. That's like, I played so many video games with my brother growing up, and he's gone. So, while I'm coping with that and now coping with his loss too, Jose's, it's just been hard. And then, the cars. So I'm telling you all this because I am human. I am not Superman sometimes. I do like to think I am. I do like to bring the pain. And you know what? When all this is said and done and, things get better, it's going to all work out in the end. And I think sometimes we lose focus of that. And I hope that this message helps all of you remind yourselves of that, because it really reminded me today of that, of how I was acting, and how when the rain came down like super hard, and how I just felt like I just let the whole world down. But really, I didn't let anybody down. I was letting myself down, but I wasn't, because there was nothing I could do. I couldn't control the weather. Of course, maybe I have a garage. I don't. That's just the way things are in life. But guess what? Like I said, I got it done. I got it to the point, and I got to my podcast, and my podcast make me smile because I get to talk to all of you. Again, podcasts are healing too. It helped me with Tommy. It helped me get through a lot of that video game podcast I did with all the music. Man, that thing ran 80 minutes. It was 80 minutes that came from my heart for him. And that's what it's all about, right? So anyway, I wanted to say, bring that up. There's this thing called Masters of VGM. I've never done it in my entire life. And what it is a bunch of VGM podcasts, which I'm not technically one, but I do VGM stuff. They all get together and they just highlight artists. So this year it's female, transgender, and artists, all that stuff that make VGM. And so I've already picked one, and I'm not going to tell y'all which. It's a kind of a homer pick, because for me it gives me a lot with of course her work. It gives me a lot of music that I can pull from, and different series and different genres, like role-playing games, action, RPGs, Metrovania. You'll get the hint, right? But you got to check that out, because it's kind of a contest, and this is the first year they're going to have like a trophy. So I don't know if I can even do it or what, but guess what? I'm going to give it a shot. And this is all part of like the support. When I talk about support, when I talk about The Messenger, when I talk about Martyrus, when I talk about Professor Tom, when I talk about Rob Nichols and Purnell and Ed, Runer, and, Carlito, Kung Fu Carlito, and the list goes on, Bedroth, and Brian, like, there's so many people that are in this group that on the Discord for VGM. The VGM journey, that's the Messenger's podcast. He's gonna be doing one, and so they really help me out too. And they play these songs, and they have these songs, and they talk to us, and we all talk to each other, and we all play requests from each other that are different or new to our different kinds. So you know what? I'm gonna try it. Whatever. I got a month to make it. I already got half the list I already want to get done. So I'm in. Let's go. Oh yeah, right. I see you, Messenger. We were talking about that today, weren't we? Oh. And me and him we got something in the work too. I see you, Messenger. I see you, right? Anyway, you guys stay tuned too. My IDP rank has just dropped at drroto.com. Again, my tiers list is coming out. My podcasts are coming out. I have a mock draft that I have to do a write-up and another podcast for. Expect all that with over the next couple weeks. Man, I got so much coming for you. I'm so excited. Man, football season's almost here. Man, I mean, the Hall of Fame game's announced. The season's out. Everybody's predicting, throwing their things, throwing down bets. Super Bowl. I got Super Bowl bets from last year, like most people. You win some, you put some more money back on it, right? Yeah, but maybe this time we'll get some hordes up Ram Nation in that Super Bowl and get them nice 3K odds that I had, or plus more at this point, maybe less, to get some cash. Yeah, stay tuned. Have a great day, everybody. Always remember to bring the love for all that you can, because when somebody may be having a bad day, holding a door or a smile may be the last thing, or just having that support. Thank you to the people who really support me. Of all you pain bringers. Yeah. Woo!